Hello. I'm making me some tea. Oh,
Oh,
I'm making me some tea. Uh-oh. How come I can hear double?
I know. Hang on.
Oh, it's you. I thought it was me. Like, oh dear, what am I doing wrong? Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second, you guys. I got my water.
Sorry about that.
No problem. I thought I had both of them on. Okay. Just put my water on. And then I realized I forgot to turn it on.
Uh-oh.
So I'm there waiting like, okay, I thought this isn't ready yet. Oh, okay. Helps if you turn the on switch on. Okay, and then let me get one other thing here. Ah, I thought I would just do something simple. I've had a few requests for some of my black and white glue books, and I don't have anything made to make them with. So I thought real quick I'd just do some jelly pages with some black and white so I'd have some foundation to work with. Oh, and I am so pooped today. This will help me unwind and relax a little bit. Then I have to get up early tomorrow, and I have some errands I have to run. And then I have to come home and do some stuff that has to get done. And then we have class tomorrow night. So I think I'm getting exhausted just thinking about it. How's your fur babies doing?
She's doing a little better today. She's doing a little better today.
Good. Good. I know those. It's very it's emotionally draining and physically draining taking care of the little fur babies because they can't talk to you, you know.
Oh, she talked today.
Oh,
Betty finally went to bed at. Let's see. Betty woke me up at 5, and I took over, and she went to bed. But I still have to work.
oh,
What I've done is me and the pup do StreamYards. So I put her on StreamYard so I can watch her from the office.
that is so adorable.
And so I was in a meeting this morning, but I was watching her, and all of a sudden I heard her barking, and she hasn't barked in days, weeks. And she wanted to go outside. I guess that was her way of telling me, hey, I need to go outside.
I need to go now.
Yeah.
Oh, how cute. Alrighty. You let me know what the ladies are saying because you know me. I'm just going to have my face down here. And I won't know what's going on. Let me look up first before I start. Oh, hi, Gail.
You look up because I'm trying to get my chat to come up. Hang on.
Okay. I see a lot of the old faithfuls. Not that you're old, but you're faithful. Oh,
Okay.
let's see. Oh, thank you everybody for showing up. Those of you that haven't seen my my black and white journals, I don't have any. Well, the one I'm working. Oh yeah, I do have one. The one I'm working on. Hello. I don't have any for sale. These are the ones that are my black and white journals, and I basically get cardstock, black cardstock, and then white papers and stuff, and I do some stamping on them just to give some background texture to the pages before we start gluing onto them. And so I have made quite a few, and I I sold them all, and I had a few requests. So I thought, and that was quite a while ago. Well, a couple of weeks ago. And I told them I'm not sure when I can get to them. So I thought, well, maybe right now I can start working on the pages that I put in them. So that's pretty much what we're just going to do to help me chill out and see what you guys are up to. You're probably all broke. I've been seeing notifications for all these sales. Oh my gosh.
I am definitely broke.
This is crazy. Crazy time. Crazy time.
Okay. Wonder why. Well, let me see chat on my laptop. I mean, on my tablet.
All these devices are also different.
I know. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Some links work, some links don't.
No, Elaine, this is not my baby puppy. It's my 13-year-old boxer.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Ooh, look how cool that looks. I think I need to scoot over a little bit.
Oh, Elaine got her kit yesterday.
Oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed. I won't mention names, but I got a message today saying, Rosemary, I got my kit, but it only has it only had the manila folder, the green folder, and
fabric.
And one piece of fabric.
Ours didn't have any fabric.
What? Yes, it did.
I looked at Betty and I said, well, didn't we do like a whole night of picking out fabric, and there's no fabric in either one of these? Well, I mean, ours was packed together, but there was no fabric.
Anywhere?
No.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I got so flabbergasted when everything went wrong that it just totally got me out of my element. Everybody, listen to me, people. Everybody, don't be nice. If something went wrong with your kit, tell me.
Ours is fine, Rosemary.
Oh, you silly. Anyway, but seriously, I mean, I didn't put anything in that kit. I don't know how I weighed it. I don't know what I did. But she had like two pieces of paper. How can I pick up something that other people's, weighed like about 13 ounces, almost a pound? How could I pick up 3 pieces of paper and think that the whole thing was in there? It's like unbelievable. So anyway, of course I'll make it right, but still it's embarrassing.
You're so bad.
I love that flower.
It's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah. Hello, ladies. Hello, Linda. Scrap. There's Joggles.
And
this is my first speaking to the public in 2 weeks, I think.
Well, I'm so honored.
Yeah, we've just been lost in our own world over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rose is beautiful. I love that stamp.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those cheapies from Michael's. The ones like the $2 bin or something.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. So I broke down and I bought a little fabric pack from, what's her name? Little bit of bird song or.
Oh, aren't those cool what she had?
Yes, I loved the one with the elephant and
you guys jumped on it fast because I think it popped up and within like 20 minutes I went over there and all the ones that I would have picked were gone. From now on, I'm not telling you guys the people I like. I'm going to keep it quiet.
I watched her prior to
Oh,
it,
okay. Whatever.
but yeah, I thought, you know what, you know, I
Oh,
watch
cool.
her and I give her thumbs up and stuff like that, but she's selling something, so it's hard times, and I know that she was not being able to go into work. I think she works for like a thrift store or something, so I thought, well, I'll just buy this little, and she's not expensive at all.
No,
She
she's
sent
not.
me she sent me like 65 playing cards. She said it was a flat rate, so I just threw you in some cards, and I was like, okay. There was a lot of cards in there that looked Renaissance style.
Woohoo! Hello.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know what okay, I need help. I need like an intervention. I have so much junk around here. Now, true, I use all my stuff. I really don't hoard my stuff. I make kits. I do this. I do that. It comes in, it goes out. But I'm not organized like I used to be. I used to like really pride myself in being organized. Like when the ladies came over and we did our thing, if they asked me, oh, do you have blah, blah, blah? I go, yep. I jump up, I go get it. And there it was. It wasn't like, I don't know. I don't know where it is. I knew where everything was. And not so much anymore. But anyway, I was cleaning up a section and I noticed that there was a envelope with your name on it. And it was that stuff we had talked about that I was saving for you as I was doing another cleanup. And there it was just sitting. And like 2 months ago, I told you I was going to put it in your next order, and it's still sitting there.
I know you're still sitting here. You and Johnny's both. We can't. I mean, our life is just upside down right now. We haven't done anything. I did go. It was like 3 or 4 days we didn't even check the mail, and usually we like meet the mail person out there,
Yeah,
But
but you guys have a legit excuse. I'm just like,
and I thought about you yesterday when I finally did go out to check the mail. When I was walking back to the front door. I went up in the front garden and stood there and ate about 10 figs.
well, at least thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah.
Well, like they say, the thought counts.
Yeah, and I hadn't forgot about you. They're still full of leaves, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, until the first frost, right? And do you even get a frost down there?
Yeah, like in like February the 30th or something like that.
Yeah, if we get one, it's February, March, something like that ourselves. So,
Let me go back to chat here. I finally got the chat to come up. This is the weirdest thing on your tablet. There's Scotty.
Miss Scotty!
And Nana Mugs.
Ooh, this almost looks like lace, doesn't it?
I know it is pretty.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
I like it.
Me too. Let's see if this comes up or not. Well, ladies, all day today. Oh, go ahead.
I saw somebody doing the other. Oh, it was Oh, what is her name? She changed her name to Relax Cut Glue or Cut Glue Paste or
Oh, I don't know her.
yeah, she hangs out at Brooks and Jerseys and stuff. She was giving away a black and white glue book,
Oh, cool.
but she had all the little pictures
Oh, well.
cut out. I mean, they were like little square because it was a little glue book, but she had like all the little They're maybe the size of like an ATC card or a little bit smaller to completely fill the book up with. So it was kind of a different take. I was surprised to see Shannon Green did a video today.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I saw her post the link on her group or her page or somewhere. I saw the link.
With clothing tags, but I don't think she even used any.
Not yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had saved all her clothing tags because she's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So she's been buying her clothes through the mail or something like that.
Yeah, I forget the name of the company she likes to use. They pick it all out for you.
Yeah, it was like Threads, and I can't
Yeah,
remember other place.
you fill out a questionnaire, and then based on all your answers, they basically shop for you.
Hey, Miranda.
Woohoo! Pretty.
I can't even shop for myself. I hate to shop for clothes.
I don't like to shop for anything.
Usually for birthdays and Christmas, Betty gets me clothes. She picks them out. I don't know. I can't even get my size right, and she can.
The only thing I like to shop is, like most of us, junk shop, stuff like that. But regular shopping, I hate it.
I do too.
Don't like to shop. And I'd lose, not lose, but yeah, we'll kind of lose the connection with some of, my lady friends in the past, because a lot of them, that's all they did together. They went out to eat and they shopped. They didn't do anything else. And, I would do it sometimes, but my heart wasn't there. I didn't even want to be there. I just when can I get out of here? And I was like a party pooper. I didn't want to linger through all the aisles and look at every single tag and find this clothes and that clothes. Oh, I hate that.
No. No.
And that's how a lot of women bond, So I lost out on all that bonding, let me tell you. Because they finally got the hint. No, don't invite Rosemary. She can't wait to go home.
If I go to the mall, I want to go to the food court.
I mean, a simple thing like grocery shopping, like in the old days when you didn't run in and run out. Well, I still do. I still run in and run out like I normally did. I was already pre-COVID, just run in, run out. But my husband, I used to dread when he'd say, "Are you going shopping? I'll go with you." And I go, "Oh, please no," because he goes up and down every aisle. He picks up things. He reads them.
Hello.
He goes and he says, "How about this and how about that?" And I'm going, I just want to scream at him. By the time I'm done, he's on the second aisle. And I said, "Richard,"
That's Betty.
I said, "Richard, we're leaving. We're leaving, Richard." "Well, what about this?" "No, we don't need that. I don't even know what it is, let alone how I'm going to cook it."
That is so us.
No, I don't think so, Richard. Let's just get out of here. We got what we need.
And when Betty goes, we both grab a cart, and by the time we get to the checkout, I can't even see her behind her cart. She's got everything in her cart. She's at one register with $200 or $300, and I'm at another register with $150. And by the time we get home and get it all unloaded,
But I do most of this.
it's crazy. Crazy.
Oh.
Be fair.
So fortunately now, because my husband's on the, do not leave house list, I go, "Oh, thank you. I can get home in a reasonable hour from the store." I remember one time I was gonna had to go get, there was some stuff I had to get at 2 different places. And I get back home and I was only gone maybe a little over an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half after, maybe an hour and a half. And I come home and he says, "You're back so soon. You just left." I go, "No, I haven't gone over an hour." He couldn't believe I went to 2 places in that amount of time and got everything we needed. I said, yeah, because you weren't with me. It was easy. It was super simple.
Well, I cannot go without spending several $100s because I have to get different salad dressings and I have to try all this new stuff. And by the time I get home, and then Betty puts the groceries up and she's like, we already have 25 bottles of salad dressing in the refrigerator and you're buying more.
Well, this has all become even easier for me because my husband can't eat anything anymore. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's funny. It's like when it's time for supper, I said, okay, what kind of vegetables do you want? There's only like 3 vegetables he can eat that his sugar doesn't go crazy. So so each time I go, which vegetables do you want tonight? He goes, what's my choice? I go, shut up. You have 3 choices. Make a choice, quick. So it's real simple to shop now. I know everything I can't buy, everything he can't eat, and it's very limited. So it's like, boy, you thought I went in and out of a store fast before. Now it's boom, bam, bam. It's over.
That's what I think it was Peggy Fitzmaurice said the other night that she blew up at her husband and he was like, he didn't even know what to do. She just went crazy. And I said, well, what happened? And she said, he asked me what's for dinner. And I said, you know what? I had been on keto for a year and a half. And it's really hard to cook for somebody when you can't eat anything. So cook yourself.
Ooh, she needed some sugar bad.
He's like, it's hard for me to cook for him because what I cook for him, I can't eat.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
well,
oh,
it's hard for me to cook for him because there's nothing I can eat either that I want to eat. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
okay,
The same thing.
This is our meal. This is what we do every single day. I just really want to like, I don't know, like suck on a Hershey bar or something. You know what I mean? Because he can eat. All he can eat is like fish. And when I say fish, I'm talking about you can't do anything special to it. You can't like put sauces. Let's say you can't be creative. This is like stripped down everything. So he can have fish and he can have beef, a little bit. And he's not crazy about pork, so that's kind of out. And some chicken. Did I say chicken already? But anyway, so just those basic things, right? Now, what makes those foods interesting is the stuff you can add to them. Well, I can't add anything to it because you can't. Everything you would add, start looking at ingredients. It either has sugar, or it has very high in carbohydrate, or or a combination of the two, which he cannot have. Period. So that means every fish and chicken and everything pretty much tastes the same because you can't add nothing to it to make it interesting. So that makes it like super boring right there, right? And then when it comes to vegetables, he can't eat anything that grows in the ground. Everything that grows in the ground turns into sugar naturally, whether you realize it or not, but it's all starch, any vegetable that's in the ground. And any beans, even though some of them grow above the ground. But anyway, he can't eat any of those things. So tell me exactly what is left, all right? Please, somebody tell me what is left. And I'm supposed to make meals look, taste interesting. I just want to shoot myself sometimes.
Oh, man, I would go crazy.
I know. And I told my husband, I said, because I used to love to cook, and he was the kind of guy, my husband's the kind of eater that when I would make something, he's not one of these that just opens his mouth and shovels it in and it's over. No, he'd say, "Oh, did you put basil in here?" And oh, I think I taste a little bit of ginger here. He would taste his food. So it was fun to cook for him because he appreciated what I did. Now, I don't know. I just want to like get some kind of intravenous something to put inside of him and go, here's supper. That's about how boring the cooking is.
Need to get him like those. What is it that the soldiers eat out on the battlefield? Those
Yeah, those.
Emmys or.
Yeah, I forget what they're called. Some kind of ration things, right?
And that way he'll just have a whole cabinet full, and you can go in there and make you some lingua and some carnitas and yeah.
I made him pozole without the pozole the other day. He goes, "What's your supper?" I said, "I made pozole," and he goes, "I can't eat pozole." And I said, "The way I made it, you can eat it. It's pozole without pozole in it." And he goes, "Okay." I have to make up stuff. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Anyway.
That's like the other night I told Betty, I said, I am so I made a big old thing of Swiss steak with the tomatoes and the bell peppers and the garlic and oh man, it was so good. So good.
Someone was asking if I looked at the keto recipes. Yes, I've looked at keto recipes. He can't eat hardly anything on a keto diet. I'm serious. He can't eat tomatoes. His sugar goes, whoo. Keto, you have tomatoes, right? He can't have bell peppers. He can't have onions. If I saute him, it releases the sugar in him. His sugar goes, woo. I mean, he's just like an anomaly or something. I don't know. All I know is he cannot eat like a normal person.
So what 3 vegetables can he eat?
He can eat broccoli. He can eat as much broccoli as he wants. He can have Brussels sprouts. They don't do anything to him. And he can have cabbage. And cauliflower. Did I say cauliflower? Yeah. I mean, the most bland things you can think of. And stop and think of how many things I cannot add to it, because the other things also, when they break down, they turn into sugar and he can't eat it. And so basically all I can do to try and make him creative is to put a few little spices here and there. At least spices don't, do anything to him. So I cook a lot with ginger and because he likes ginger, and basil, and I make fresh pesto, and
those are the 4 gaseous vegetables ever created.
well, it's probably because they don't have sugar in them, and it creates. I don't know. I don't have any answers, but
Hey Amanda.
So that's what I make, right? And oh, Gail says, how bad is his diabetes? He's not on This is another thing. My husband is very headstrong and very determined. His sugar, when he used to be able to eat everything. I mean, everything, and his numbers were perfect up until maybe about 3-4 years ago. And then all of a sudden, he went from being normal and being able to eat anything, and it jumped up to just a little under 200. So immediately, they have him go to the nutritional class, and they say you can eat this and don't eat that, and eat some of this and eat some of that. Well, he would eat those things that they told him in the amount that they told him and the amount of carbohydrates they told him, and his numbers never went down. So obviously, the diet they give for diabetics didn't work on him for whatever reason. And they had him on, what's that medication everybody gets put on at the beginning with their diabetic? You know what I mean. You guys know that are in.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Insulin.
No, not insulin. The pill
No.
they give you when you're just at the,
Oh, yeah.
I forget what it is. Metformin, is that it?
Metformin.
Yeah. Okay. So they had him on the metformin, which was a relatively low dose. But my husband's the type that researches everything, and he goes, "Whoa, that stuff! I don't want to be on that stuff." So he says, "I got to figure out how to get my sugars down without being on that." And so he's, like I said, Mr. Research. So he starts looking at the breakdown of different fruits and vegetables. Oh, and he was eating the fruit they told him he could eat. He can't have any fruit. I mean, there's not one fruit he can eat, period. And they, on the list, if you're diabetic, they said you can have blueberries, and they have a whole big long list. He can't eat them. It shoots up his. Okay. So now, once he figured out what he can and can't do, and right now he's off of his medication. His numbers, he's keeping them under 100, which, basically without, it would be like if he went in today to get a blood test, he wouldn't be considered even pre-diabetic because he's not on medication and his numbers are below 100. But as soon as he eats something normal, even if it's something that a normal diabetic could eat, it'll go all the way up to like 160, 170, 180, within a few hours. And it'll stay there. And then, he's got to do what he has to do and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, he's just different, And so that's just it. He's got his numbers below 100. He's off of the medication. And I hate cooking. Like tonight, I mean, like if I told you what he had for dinner, you go, that sounds okay, but it's like bland and normal. Like I made some steamed broccoli, and I put a bunch of my homemade pesto in there, and then he likes this, I forget the name of the cheese right now. It's an Irish something kind of cheese, and I shred it really thin like you would Parmesan cheese, and put it all over that. And I made him some salmon with mashed up fresh ginger. All right. Sounds good. It is good. If you could have some brownies afterwards, you know what I mean? But that's when you get, he used to like to snack on like a spoon of peanut butter. He can't eat peanut butter. The number just goes skyrocketing. He used to like to munch on pecans and almonds. He can't eat those. It makes his numbers just skyrocket. I'm telling you, everything makes his sugar go up, except for the few things, a few vegetables that we found.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Even stevia. Like most diabetics will use stevia. It makes his sugar skyrocket. We have to use the one made from the monk fruit. That one doesn't make his sugar go up. All the other substitutes for sugar makes his sugar go up. What else? I mean, it's just crazy. It sounds crazy, but that's just the way it is. I mean, it's taken us 3 years to fine tune what it is that was making his sugar go up, and the answer was everything. It was real simple. Starve, your sugar will go down. I mean, he's not hurting. I mean, he gets to eat. Oh, and we've discovered a new ice cream because we had tried these other keto, low carb / whatever ice creams because he loves his ice cream, and he can't have any of that. And all of them were were sweetened with stevia, and he can't have that. It was just like eating regular ice cream when he would eat it. But he found a new one. It's called Rebel. I don't know if it's a local one or if it's a national brand, but it's called Rebel, and it is sweetened with the monk fruit. So he can have as much as he wants. Now it costs like $5 for this little tiny little thing, but when it's the only thing you get to eat that is fun, go for it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So he at least found, and he just recently found that he'd been without anything that was remotely sweet. He can't have a glass of wine. He likes wine. He can't have any liquor at all, but he loved his little red wine, and he can't have any of that. What else? The list goes on. There's nothing.
Poor guy.
Sue said that, I don't know what Paul says, but she said Paul checks on each food you eat. After 15 minutes, your body will tell you what's not working for you. But she's in New Zealand, so her system is well informed.
Yeah. Well, what my husband did, and he had a fight with the doctor about this. Um, you know how you can check your blood and you're supposed to do it every so often. Um, he had a fight with them to prescribe him the what are those things called? The lances? Is that what they're called?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like a lot of them, because the only reason he was able to figure this all out on his own was every time he ate, because they would usually tell you a half hour after you eat, to test your blood if you're a diabetic, and especially if you're on insulin. And so he figured, well, that's the only way I'm going to know, what I eat. I mean, not what I eat, but to check his sugar after eating various types of food to see which one of those foods was making his blood sugar spike. And so that's what he did. He was checking his blood like 4 or 5 times a day when he would eat something. And that's how he was able to isolate what it was that was making his sugar go up. So yeah.
And they gave him trouble.
Well, because you're only supposed to, if you don't take insulin, he was working with, because of insurance. Most insurance companies, if you are not taking insulin, they won't pay for your lances. Is that what it's called? Lances, right?
I think
Let
so.
alone, even like 1 or 2 a day, let alone he was doing sometimes up to like 6, 7 a day. So he was getting prescriptions for like 200 or something like that for a month. I don't remember the number, but it was something crazy. So his doctor was saying, oh, well, you don't need to do that and this and that. And Richard goes, look, I'm off of medication. I'm out of the danger on my sugar. This is how I'm managing it. This is what I need. I'd rather, draw blood than take medication. So anyway, so they're giving him the prescription. I mean, subscription. I mean, you know what I mean. It's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they like, it's like between the doctors, and of course I understand, because they know what the medical field tells them, and what the pharmaceutical companies tell them, and so they make it difficult for you to get healthy if it doesn't go according to their protocol.
Right.
You couldn't possibly be different than somebody else.
That's crazy. They always want to regulate everything.
Yeah.
And then my husband always has to argue with them, because our insurance covers practically everything. And so they go by other people's insurance thinking, oh, well, it's not going to cover it, and you're going to get charged too much for it. And we always have to tell them, let us worry about that. We pay for insurance. We know what our insurance covers. So don't worry about it.
Hey, Denise Joe.
Woohoo! Okay, how many of those do I have? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yes, how many it is?
13. What's that?
Denise Joe asked if it was me.
Oh, it's still her.
So where are you getting all your black paper from if you can't go shopping?
Oh, a couple of months ago, I ordered a whole bunch of black cardstock.
Okay.
They had some kind of little sale on Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered her saying.
Yeah. So I do have a lot of that, although it's starting to run low. And oh man, ladies, I hope you realize what a mistake I did when I showed too many printouts for this month's kit. It was like, what was I thinking? I used up over 500 pieces of paper. It was more than that.
Oh, were we supposed to get printouts? But we didn't get no printouts.
Shut up already. I fall for it one time. I may be stupid, but not that stupid.
Yeah, you always got to do that double thinking when you're talking to Popo. Really.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, 500 sheets of paper, that's ridiculous.
That's a lot of paper.
Yeah, because I get the, was it 24 or 28 pound, the little thicker copy paper. I really like that.
Yeah.
And it comes in bundles of 500. And I went through some that was left over from one, and I had one that had opened yet, and I used that entire thing. So it must have been like 700 pages I printed. No wonder my printer went kaput.
What time is the class tomorrow? Tomorrow's asking, are you teaching tomorrow?
7 Central.
Well, and not to take into consideration all the ones that you printed with no black ink.
I only did like maybe 10 of those, okay? That's what happens when you like punch in a number and walk away, and then you come back, ah! And I used most of those. I turned them into like envelopes for the journals I'm making. Whoops, I didn't do anything. It came out kind of cool.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, but they didn't. They looked good.
Yeah, they look cool. I mean, I like the way they look, but it was, I obviously went, oh my gosh, this isn't the way they're supposed to look. Okay, I think I need to start working on some regular paper. Okay, keep the troops entertained. I gotta wash this off.
Keep the troops entertained. So what's everybody working on? I haven't been up in the craft room in over a month. I haven't been shopping. I haven't been on Amazon. The mail lady probably thinks there's something wrong because she's not delivering packages all the time. Tell us a story. What's interesting that happened to me? Yeah, it's just going to be a live on Rosemary's channel at 7:00 for the caboodle kit.
Okay. Oops, I need to wash the paint off of these too.
Cleaning your craft room. Yeah, we were supposed to start working on the garage, but yeah, Maxie had a different
perspective on it.
She's funny. She's been ornery today.
Very alert.
No, actually, Elaine, I'm not having withdrawals, but
crafting's better than what you've been doing.
Yeah. There's just no time when you're taking care of a sick puppy. There is no time to do anything.
And working.
And working, yeah, and working.
Okay. White paper. Next. Next. Oh, you know what? No, it's okay.
Hey, CJ.
All right. I need a sip of my tea before it gets completely cold.
It's supposed to be cold.
I wanted warm tea.
Oh.
I like my body goes back and forth. I have the air on, of course, because it's warm here, and then I feel a little cool because I don't like the rooms real cool because it hurts my arthritis. And but then it's that fine tune between getting too warm and too cool. so
I tell you, got to freeze to death because with this one being on, with the pup being on steroids, hot. So we have we have two fans blowing constantly, and the AC is on. So she she's not doing any panting or anything like that. But
right.
It's like, oh my, I am so cold.
What temperature do you have it at?
I think like 71.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but and then for I think it was 3 to 4 days, I got so down in my back from picking her up.
Yeah.
Her outside and inside. I couldn't even walk. Betty got down in her back and I was like, somebody's gonna just finally notice the smell coming from our house, and we've all just withered up and died here. Nobody would even know because nobody can come over,
Oh my goodness.
Except my neighbor, he happened to pop up and look over the fence. It just irritates the snot out of me. You have two women living in this house, and you're going to stand up on a trailer and pop like Wilson, and that's what I call him, Wilson, because from day one, I have seen that man from his nose up looking over my fence. Like, you have two women over here, at any time I could be outside in my underwear because I had to hurry up and take the dog out or what. Please don't just pop up over my fence and go, how y'all doing? Like, man. And I was out with the dog the other day, and I just happened to be by his fence, and she was struggling, and Betty didn't have her shoes on. Well, we have like Pine Cone City out there. You dare not go out without shoes.
Ouch.
And he like popped up over there. What y'all doing? How y'all doing? I was like, I don't have to talk right now. And Betty's like being cordial with him, and I'm getting angry. Finally, I picked this 50-something pound dog up and carried her across the yard into the house and told him, sorry, I can't talk to you right now. My dog's got to go in the house.
See you later.
But you need to give your neighbor some privacy, just don't pop up over their fence like a little jack in the box.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's all right. But bless his heart,
He'd be able to smell before the normal people would what was going on at your place,
No, because this man every single day, his wife, I guess she doesn't cook. I don't know. But he grills every single day.
Oh my.
So every time you go out in the backyard, you come back in with your hair smelling like a grill. And he's constantly grilling. You can see the smoke coming up because I'll be sitting here on the couch and it's by the doggy door, and I tell Betty, "Do you smell smoke?" So house, and then it's like, whew, here comes the smell of barbecue.
Did he do firecrackers?
Is he what?
Did he do firecrackers?
No, but like I told you, they did.
Oh, they're in the back, right?
So Betty and I were outside with the dog, and when they
Oh,
shoot
it's
those
so
out of that
can.
poof, you could feel it.
Ooh.
It was so strong, the fireworks. But they didn't, they were over it like within an hour.
Well, the in our town we have like maybe 3 or 4 places where they set them off here in town, and they decided not to discourage congregating. But what ended up happening in well, first of all, in our town, it's illegal to have a firecracker. I mean,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's illegal to own and discharge a firecracker, fireworks of any kind. And and I guess people just went crazy, and I guess everybody bought it. You would think that we were like where you are, like you were right in the middle, of the actual firecrackers everywhere here. I mean, you could not stick your head out and breathe because everybody was shooting them off. And I thought, well,
People are tired of being stuck inside.
yeah, I told Richard, I said, hey, people are literally letting off, steam.
But the nice thing is where we live now, because we're outside the city in a smaller city, that fireworks are legal here.
Oh, okay.
Which is better than when we were at the other house, because they were illegal there. So they just went outside and shot their guns and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Betty would go out on the front porch. I'm going to call the cops. And I'm like, baby, there's bullets falling all from the sky. Would you please get in the house?
Oh, that would piss me off so bad. I find bullets in the backyard.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got to come down somewhere. Come on, people. What do you think? They just like stick in the clouds or something?
That's probably how far their brains went.
That's crazy. But I thought that they would be doing them like before and after, because usually at the other house, they would be doing them before and after the holiday. But over here, they pretty much, stuck to the allotted.
Oh, they're still, as soon as the sun starts to go down, they're still doing them here. Every once in a while, you hear them.
We got lucky this year. Because last year was bad.
Our whole sky was lit up. Well, of course, because they were doing them right behind our house. But yeah, I mean, I heard that loud noise and I turned around and the whole sky was just shooting colors. And
did you guys get to see the eclipse?
No.
I wanted to and then forgot about it.
We had overcast, so I don't know if it was overcast or all of the smoke from the firecrackers, but it was all overcast. I couldn't see anything.
Oh, so it was the same night?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we missed it.
I'm thinking it was the night before.
No.
Okay, well, I missed it.
Oh, Kathleen said she got a photo of it when it started accidentally.
Oh, cool.
It was an accident.
Accident.
It just changed the color of the moon a tiny bit, Janice said. Kathleen said the moon was very low to the earth. I know, I think it was last week. Oh my gosh, the what is it? The devil fog, or the sand.
Yeah, it was from that sandstorm.
You couldn't even see our city.
Yeah,
They had the cans and stuff, and you couldn't even see the city. It's like this.
I didn't go out, so I didn't really.
Yeah, I don't think Betty's seen outside in months.
When they said if you're 65, don't go. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm sure glad I got a good person in my life that keeps me living.
There you go.
I'll go grab some of Wilson's barbecue.
Kathleen said they had beautiful sunsets from the sand.
Where's Kathleen?
Why am I not seeing what you're stamping over there? Oh.
I think I can't get everything in. I can get a little bit more in.
So what is the paper on the outside of the black and white glue book?
Handmade paper.
Handmade by you?
No, handmade by a friend. She sent me a whole bunch.
I want to learn how to.
And I keep telling her I'm going to make some. But you know what? Even though I basically, work full time in here in my studio now, it's been about a year now that I'm not working outside of the home. And
good night, Kristen.
And I still don't have enough time to do everything I want to do.
Well, that's because your mind is like a hamster circle wheel.
Well, thank you.
And especially now that you've committed to a different kit every month.
I can't imagine what you go through.
That is the worst, but not in the way that you think. It's making my mind work more, and I have too many ideas. That's the problem now. It's like, okay, which one can I execute with the least amount of effort on my part?
Sure.
And still be interesting and different, or at least my take on it. There's nothing new out there, but at least my little take on it. And so it's giving me like a headache.
What will these people get?
I know when I saw you already advertising August kit, I was like,
I did that to shut you up. You're usually the first one to ask me, oh, what about the next month? So I thought, I'm going to show her. I'm going to give her time. Did you have time? No.
That's what I said. You beat her to the punch. Perfect.
No, I didn't. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You talking to me, man?
Because I kept seeing her stamp over there, but it was staying black. Now I see what you're doing.
Okay, start a little bit fresh. So anyway, today I've been filming all day and editing in between drying times. The plaster workshop.
Ooh.
Woohoo! How do you do?
I know I got a sneak peek into that because I told her, I said, what time are you going on? She said Wednesday. I said Tuesday. She said, I'm editing my plaster classes right now, maybe after a while. Are you lonely? And I said, yes. Well, this is like my first communication with anybody online in, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know.
Well, we all missed it. Everybody kept saying, where's Susan? Where's Popo? Because even if you don't buy stuff, you're sticking your nose in. I mean, you're, showing.
Yeah, she's always in the middle of it. That's for sure.
Okay, let's see what else we're gonna do here. I think I'll use some of my wood ones.
I know. I wanted to go to Nikki's sale so bad, but there's this.
Nikki?
Yeah, Nikki. Until yesterday, we haven't been able to do anything. Period.
Yeah.
So I was hoping. I said it's Nikki's napkin sale today,
And we both wanted to go so bad. You know, I wanted to go.
Oh, I know you did. That's for sure. Well, she only had 3,000 napkins.
That's what I heard.
Oh man! Well,
But
I saw she put the picture up.
I think this is going to be like her trademark because she already ordered 3,000 more. So there's never going to be an end to those.
Oh gosh. Well, I know at her first sale, the people that that frequent her streams,
We'll call them her people.
yeah, her people didn't do napkin stuff, so they were like,
Well,
that like opened up a whole new world to them.
They don't even know. A lot of them don't even know what junk journals are.
Yeah,
and it's interesting to me that people that are into paper and mixed media. There's a lot of people that don't know about each other, which is kind of cool,
yeah.
finding, new avenues to express themselves. And some of them didn't even understand what a life sale was. Boy, they were getting a little cranky.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I told Nikki, your people got a little cranky there.
I know, because she had told me, she said, Papa, will you help if Brooke can't come on? And that was for her first sale. Man, once she got going, I sent a note to Brooke and I said, thank you for showing up. I never would have been able to have the patience. It's a napkin. Say me A1, me B2, whatever.
Well, they got that part. They didn't realize where they came in on the chat. You know how it is.
Oh yeah.
That's what was, I think, confusing them. I came in first. I got this. No, you didn't, honey child. You did not.
Did you just skip me?
Didn't you see me?
I was first. No, everybody was first in their own stream.
In their own mind, everybody's first.
Oh, yep. Carhartt's auction is Saturday. I can't ever get anything in Carhartt's auction because that one lady, she gets it all.
Uh-oh. I'm never around during her sales. I don't know what I'm doing. What, they're usually on Saturdays?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why. I have a couple of friends that like to stream together and hang out doing some stuff, and usually it's for a couple hours on Saturday, so I kind of stay off the main track.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what happened? What happened?
I thought it tore, but it was something stuck to it. Second Saturday each month, usually at noon.
Oh, okay. How did I not know that? Well, because I'm busy on Saturday. That's why I didn't know that.
I haven't even noticed if there's been. I did see Pearl had a sale, but
oh, everybody and their mother has been having a sale.
I haven't been.
Like every other day, or every day there's a sale.
Mm-mm. I've been watching cooking videos. There is this lady, oh my gosh, I don't even know her name. She's on Facebook, and she's a country girl, and she's a beautiful little blonde-headed lady with, I think she's got 2 kids, and she sits there and she says she cooks and she does makeup and all this stuff. Well, I watched her one day and I couldn't stop watching her because she said, "What you gotta get you now? You're gonna put some paper in there, and you're gonna put you a little bit of salt. And now I can't tell you how much because I don't measure nothing. I just use a whole lot of just whatever and just mix it till it feels right." So Betty, I said I can't stop watching this lady because she's just hilarious. Be sure and put you, but I like lots of black paper on mine.
Oh, that's right. Johnny had a sale today, someone said. I missed that one.
Oh, me?
Oh, I missed it. She had one today, Johnny.
I take it Jersey's been streaming a lot because she sends me a link every time, but I hadn't been going in.
Look how pretty.
Oh, I like that.
We'll get a couple of those.
Oh, wow. Yes, Kathleen. It was just hilarious just to watch her. I think. Oh, she was making. Today I'm gonna make some chicken la la king. Yes, I do watch Whippoorwill Hollow. But the other day this lady made dumplings, okay, and she put that on her plate. And besides the dumplings, she made cornbread, she made mashed potatoes,
We
she
can't
made
eat that.
stuffing,
We can't eat that.
and corn.
We can't eat that. See how limited our diet is.
Everybody has sugar diabetes in her family.
But my gosh, mashed potatoes and stuffing and cornbread and dumplings and
Corn.
corn.
Yeah. Everything was starch.
Yeah. Starch 101.
Yeah.
Wow. I watched the lady the other day. She made her dumplings out of flour tortillas.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Well, starch is starch.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, you can't have chicken and dumplings either.
She
Nope.
can probably.
Nope.
But
Yeah,
not
she
her
can, but
Mr. Morris cannot.
husband. Mr. Morris.
He can't even eat beans.
Oh, see, I'd go nuts because I love beans.
Any kind of beans he can't have, not even green beans.
man, I'd be having me
Wow.
a sign hanging on my studio door that said "Filming in process, do not enter," and I would be cooking me up some stuff in there on that stove, sitting there eating my dinner.
Oh, he'd sniff
And
that out.
it isn't even like I can go, pick up something not eat a drive-through or something. I don't even do that. So
Oh my
that
god!
is
Oh
suck.
man, that. I'd hate to be you.
That is suck.
Wow, I would, man. I would. I'd have me a pot of beans on the stove, and I'd be cooking all kind of stuff. My refrigerator would not have rust paste and all that stuff in it. It would have real food.
Hey, that rest space starts looking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. That's
Just-
like I've been feeling so guilty because Maxie had an upset stomach all weekend long, which made it even harder on us. So
Aw.
she would look up at us like, I smell that barbecue chicken you're eating.
Aw.
I smell that whatever it is. Oh, I smell that Chick-fil-A y'all are eating up there. So we were cooking her plain boiled rice and plain boiled chicken.
Did you see what Kathleen said? Richard could smell it on you, Rosemary, and his glucose would go up, and it's the truth. I think if he took a good whiff of me, his sugar would go up.
Sure he would. You know he would. He'd smell it from your house to his house.
Oh my gosh.
Poor guy hadn't had real food in that long. No.
And then he's got a nose on him. He can smell everything, so he would know. And then one day he came over here. I guess, he was thinking the same lines as Popo because he went into the refrigerator and I go, "What are you doing in the refrigerator over here in the studio?" He says, "Just looking to see what you have." And I said, "I don't have anything that you can eat." I mean, I got some leaves that somebody sent me, I got some red cabbage ink, and that's about it.
Oh my gosh. I would have that pantry out there stocked with Little Debbie's cakes and
Well, I do have my little crackers. See, he can't eat those crackers. I do have those. I do. I have those over here.
Kathleen wants to know if you ever got any carrot tops.
Did I get? Yes. Hold on. Wait. Arlene sent me some. They're in the refrigerator because I haven't. I personally haven't found them. If you're asking, have I found them here? No. But Arlene had some in her yard, and she was thinning them out. So she sent me a couple of tops to see if the one she has works. And so they're in the refrigerator.
Are you talking about the greenery from the tops of carrots?
Yeah.
Yes, I can't find them anywhere. All our carrots around here are topless. Bunch of perverts.
Well,
that's because they're all in a bag.
That's what I mean. A bunch of naked pervert carrots. I'd like to see the tops on them. So
I go to the
Whole Food.
Yeah. What's it called that we get ours from?
We don't have Whole Food. We don't have a farmer's market that's open. Get real, people. Okay.
You don't have a what's it called when your food doesn't have germs? I mean, stuff on it.
Organic.
Well, you're forgetting. I mean, even though you two are in Walmart country, at least you have some independent grocery stores around here. If you aren't owned by Walmart, you're out of business when it comes to selling food. That's just the way it is.
We don't go to Walmart.
You would if you lived here, because you wouldn't be eating if you didn't. There are no other grocery stores here.
That's like Betty will go, "Will you pick me up some bananas?" Well, when I go in there and I look at the bananas, they're like either as green as the grass or they're out of bananas. But if you look over at
we can't have bananas here either, so it doesn't
the
matter.
organic bananas that look beautiful over there for $7 a pound, then
But you can probably, if they have organic, they may have tops on them.
Barbara wants to know, have you seen the guy on YouTube making ink with acorns?
I haven't personally seen anybody, but I've read some blogs where they talk about making it. But I haven't watched anybody. I'd like to watch somebody. That'd be cool. I learn a lot better when I watch than when I read. You guys know that already. So that would be cool. Let's see if it picks up the black. It may not. Buy
Man,
the green and set them out by some apples. By what green?
the bananas.
Oh, you just put them outside and boom, one day they're nice, right? At least in my house. But we don't buy them no more.
Avocado. What do you put in with bananas? Ripe them overnight?
Apples.
Uh-oh, that didn't work.
His name is Dylan Sarah.
Who?
Dylan Sarah.
Never even heard of him. What does he do?
He makes ink out of all different stuff.
But I mean, besides that.
That's what he does.
That's what he does. Oh, good.
Let me see if I can find him. I'm not used to using this little Dylan Sarah. Oh, Dylan Sarah artist.
Ooh, look how cool.
Dylan Sarah ink, maybe.
Not INC, right?
Ink naturally with Dylan Sarah.
Woohoo.
Learn how to make acorn cap ink, drawing with natural beet ink, how to make organic blackberry ink, ink from fallen rose petals.
I've done it out of beets. I've done it out of cabbage. What else?
Oh, the channel is called Sketchy.
Oh, cool.
Send you. Now I don't know how to get back to you.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. Where'd you go? There you are.
You're still here. I hear you.
Yeah.
All
right. I need another stamp. I need something different. Look at the cover that I give you a sneak peek. I worked on today.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I filmed today. And this will go on top of another, where is it? I don't know where it is right now. This will go on top of something else, another book. But this is all plaster work and of course picture and fabric and some stamping and fun stuff like that. That was one of the things I filmed today. Oh, it's gonna go eventually on here. This is the beginning.
Did you get that picture from Colleen's book she was showing?
This picture?
Yeah.
No, it was a postcard somebody sent me.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. A real postcard through the mail. I was gonna look for some more stamps.
So those stamps that you're using right now, are those set aside for that purpose only, or do you still use those with your ink pads?
I still use them with the pads. Well, the wood ones I don't use with the ink pads because they just don't work well with ink pads. But the other ones I still do.
I have so many wood stamps and they take up so much room, but if I might and take them off, then I'm going to be sorry because I'm not going to know what a picture is, and they're going to be all together and they're going to just be a mess.
You can cut it out and re-glue it to just your rubber.
Yeah, too much work. Oh, that's the ones I was thinking of.
I like the kind Rosemary's got.
That's the wood ones, right?
Yeah.
These, yeah.
Yeah, I think Jersey bought some of those after you enabled her.
Yeah, I think she did.
I've looked at them. I tried to be enabled.
Oh my gosh, she got something in the mail the other day, and she said, "Oh, here, put some of these in Rosemary's package. It's Japanese glass buttons or some. I don't know what it was she ordered."
Oh, cool.
I'm like, she don't need no Japanese glass buttons.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Don't be speaking for me, woman.
I know you better. They're in there.
Yeah.
Get the package mailed.
Telling me what I need. How dare you?
I know. I'm horrible.
Oh, and I used on another cover here. I'll show you in a second. You know that um tissue paper that we bought together? I forget what brand it was. Remember several months ago? Maybe
Yeah.
last year? I don't remember. It's been a
Big
while.
fan of that.
It's been a while. I used a couple of little pieces off of that for one of the other journals I filmed today. I'll show you that in a second. I forgot, and it came from that. I should have told you. I would have asked you, where did this come from? Where do you remember seeing this? See how your memory is.
Uh-oh, Kathleen got excited. On the sketchy YouTube channel, Dylan Sarah has some ink videos. Well, I thought that was the channel because that's the link I sent to Rosemary. It had like at least 8 or 10 I saw. Well, at least you know his name. You can look him up if you need to. So I would think like acorns would be greasy.
Huh? No way, Jose.
Well, you know how like pecans are oily, walnuts are oily.
Yeah, but they're not talking about the actual nut. It's the husk or the whatever you call that, the outer part of it, the shell. The shell, there you go. It's called a shell. Rosemary, it's called a shell.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nikki. We were just talking. I mean, no, we weren't talking about you. Sorry about
We
that.
were talking about her.
You were. I wasn't. I kept my mouth shut. I don't talk about anybody.
Oh, that's right. I did say that she had 3,000 napkins. You're right.
Yeah, that's right. You're talking about her. That's right.
Oh, Janice said it looks like he arts with them, but doesn't show how to make them. Maybe on his channel he does. Kathleen said, because Kathleen is very educated, she said there is a covering over nuts as they grow. Walnuts are green, and that peels off. The squirrels peel them off.
Yeah.
I get so irritated sitting at my desk all day long working and watching the squirrels and the woodpeckers and the birds just eating my figs before they can even get ripe, and they'll eat half of it and throw it on the ground, and I want to just go outside and just...
That's why you need avocado trees. They will not eat avocados.
Yeah, but I don't eat avocados. I do eat figs.
Oh, okay. Well,
We'll start sitting there.
It's your problem. You need to eat avocados.
And we'll get one of those little rubber dart guns.
Yeah, you know what'll happen? You'll accidentally hit your neighbor when he's peeking over. There's an idea. That'll keep his head on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. One day he's gonna look up over that fence and he's gonna go back down with a rubber dart stuck to his forehead.
Yeah, we have a pecan tree, and that's why we have so many squirrels here. They think they own everything. They drive our dog absolutely crazy. I can't plant anything in my yard because they're always digging everything up to plant something in it.
Yes, they want to hide their nuts. They used to do that in all Betty's potted plants. They would.
Yep, I gave up.
But there was a tree by our back door at the other house, and it was a sweet gumball tree.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And when the dogs would come out, when they would be under that tree, those squirrels would be up there and they would be tossing stuff down at the dogs.
Oh, that's what ours do. I have them right here in my studio here. Outside the door, I have two of those trees, two of the gum trees, which are my absolute favorite when it comes to eco printing. Hello, beautiful stuff. But when it comes to the squirrels, they're up there dive bombing the dogs. Well, the dogs aren't allowed in that section anymore, but when they used to be. But when they're over there on the main yard where the dogs are, that's where the pecan tree is. And they just go crazy. And they're just very defiant.
Yeah, they are.
And I can't even tell you how many my dogs have caught and killed. I've lost count. We've been here 12 years. I can't even tell you how many they've caught because those squirrels will come all the way down and run up and then come down. They're cussing out the dogs, and then, and my dogs lay down, and the squirrels are such idiots. They think that that's as far as the dog can reach because they'll sit there perfectly still. They won't even move a lip. And they lay there and they look at him, and the squirrel keeps coming further and further down to tease him, further down to tease him. And then finally, the dog realizes there's no way this little squirrel's going to get out of this action. And next time that squirrel comes down, like, from an inch from his nose, boing! And there's three of them, right? Well, it used to be four when Junior could move around really good. If one didn't get him, the other one did. And sometimes it'd run right between one of the dog's legs, and the other dog would be waiting for him on the other side. That was the end of that. And I laugh only because the squirrels were so stupid. They're really not real bright at all. Not when it comes to dogs.
Our squirrels were pretty smart, and we had.
Oh, thanks. I have stupid squirrels, and you have smart ones. Thanks a lot.
Well, either I have smart squirrels and dumb dogs.
Yeah.
But at the other house, we had a shed in the backyard, and it was up on blocks.
Uh-huh.
That's when we had our oldest boxer that passed away, and this boxer here. And there was a squirrel, and I don't know if he had hurt himself or what, but he was kind of laying like under the shed.
Yeah.
And so there was a boxer on both sides, just kind of checking him out, but not messing with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack Russell, little Mr. Badass, he's like, I'll show you big dogs how to get a squirrel. He grabbed that squirrel in his mouth. That squirrel turned around and bit him on the neck. He went screaming and yelling.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the two boxers just looked at him like, well, you idiot. I mean, he was yelping.
He's lucky he didn't get rabies or something.
Okay, so anybody that gets offended by hearing, killer stories of animals, plug your ears for the next few seconds.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I have a mutt. He's a mutt. I don't know what he is. It's funny because his mother was a Rottweiler, but you would never know it looking at him. He looks like he has some kind of Australian Shepherd or something in him. But anyway, he was a rescue dog. But he is the best hunter out of all of our dogs. I guess because, he comes from the wild. He's a wild dog. But anyway, he is the one that catches most of the squirrels because I guess he's the smallest dog. So he's the quickest and he can jump pretty good. All right. So when he gets the squirrel, he's very protective of his squirrel, like, and most animals catch something. And he would practically get in a fight with the bigger dogs because the bigger dogs would want to go over there and sniff it out. And, what do you got? What do you got? And he would just get vicious. So we learned that as soon as he would catch a squirrel, we needed to get that squirrel away from him because then he would go and he would bury it. And then the other dogs would like get in the vicinity. He'd go over there, he'd unbury it. And he was like moving it around the yard like 10 different times, this poor dead squirrel. All right. It was pathetic. I hated looking at it. And so finally I told my husband, this has to end. I mean, go get the squirrel, would you? You know? So my husband would go out there and, with a shovel and get the squirrel and then go, put it in the large dumpster out in the alley, right? And then the name of the dog that catches him, his name's Busta. So Busta would go like in a frenzy and go look in all the holes that he thought he had buried it, and he couldn't find it, and he was like just having a fit because he couldn't find his squirrel. All right. So one day, my husband thought, well, I'll show him where I put the squirrel, and then maybe he'll be okay, So he gets the squirrel in the shovel, and he has the dog follow him, and leaves him in the yard. But my husband goes out of the yard. He's still talking to the dog. Hey, Busta, see what I'm going to do? I'm going to put him here, Busta. It's okay, and you don't have to worry about anything. So my husband would put him in there, and then as soon as Busta figured out that's where it was, he totally relaxed. He wasn't freaking out looking for it. He wasn't worried about the other dog stealing his squirrel. He got so used to that when he would catch the next squirrel, he'd bring it to my husband. My husband would put it on the shovel, show him where he put it, and then as soon as my husband put it in the trash, he was all happy, running around playing, like, okay, my job is done. You take care of it now. And I'm not going to worry about burying it. And that was their little ritual. And now to this day, that's what he does. He brings it to my husband, and he's saying, like, okay, I'm done with this guy. Put him in the trash. I'm done with him.
That's so
And so
teamwork. I love it.
Yeah, I don't no presents.
Yeah,
I will never ever forget. It was a nice cool morning, and Betty was sleeping in, and I was sitting in our den at a table working a jigsaw puzzle, watching a documentary on Charles Manson. So I was like totally into the puzzle TV. And I had the back door open so the dogs could go in and out, and it was cool outside. And you had to go down into the washroom and around the corner to get to the bedroom. So I was so into what I was doing that out of my peripheral, I saw Betty standing at the door of the washroom.
mm-hmm.
And when I turned to say something to her, she's standing there. So imagine a woman fresh out of bed in the morning, hasn't seen a mirror or a brush or anything, in her pajamas, holding a squirrel up in the air by its tail. I jumped so high out of my chair. I said, "What the hell?" She said, "Maxie brought this to the bed and had it in the bed with me." And the squirrel was still alive.
Oh,
partially. Well,
no,
yeah.
No, it was.
Oh no.
And I was like, I never even saw the dog walk by with a giant squirrel in its mouth. So that was like the worst horror movie I ever saw in my life. It was almost like seeing Betty Davis in that movie. Whatever happened to Baby Jane, standing there holding that dead squirrel by the tail with her hair up in the air and this disgusted look on her face. I was like,
yeah, I wasn't impressed. I think I had one squirrel hair. I didn't even want to touch it. Just get it off my bed, please.
I was like, where'd you get that?
Dog mail.
Yeah, dog mail. Yeah. I would have died right there in the bed. Yeah. See, I like that too. That's a lotus, isn't it?
I think so.
I'm surprised Johnny hadn't talked you out of that stamp.
I don't think she's seen it. Notice I bring it out when she's already asleep.
Yeah, she does go to bed awful early.
Yeah. She's an early riser, though. Oh, and she put a video up of her new studio.
I saw it. Oh,
Forgot that was yesterday or today. Forgot already.
Yeah, I watched it early this morning when it first came out.
I know she sent me pictures last week, but
It came out really nice. Her husband did a good job.
Yeah, they both did a really good job.
Her husband did a good job. She didn't do diddly squat. Not the hard work.
You're right.
She did the prissy decorating. He did all the hard work.
I love her shells.
Yeah, aren't they beautiful? And that island, I love it.
Yeah, that I like the way she did that one drawer turn on it. Cool.
I'm like, so, you know, because it's so up in the air when we're ever going to be able to do anything, you know, as far as me having workshops here and all that kind of stuff. And my whole big area here is geared for that. So it's not really geared for a workshop for me. It's geared for a workshop for many, which means, you know, it's not the way I would have it for me if it was just me. I said me too many times, right? It's all about me. So I've just really been, because I feel like I'm disorganized, I'm almost wanting to like to revamp everything and just kind of be selfish and design it totally with only me in mind and not, you know, having the workshops. Because I feel a lot of the space, in a sense, is going to waste because it's not organized for the way I'm using it now. It was organized for how I used to use it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do.
I would change it to what you need with and keep in mind if you ever went back to doing,
Yeah.
you know, even if it's just once in a while.
but you could kind of rearrange for a workshop, couldn't you?
You know, when you do a workshop, though, you need a lot of space because you got people pulling in and out of chairs. They have to have room for their elbows because, you know, these ladies bring their stuff and then they're on top of each other and, you know, and it's a lot of wasted space because there's a lot of movement of a lot of people at one time. If I were to rearrange things, it would really take that big flow out because I'd be using all that space. And I don't know really how to do it without it being kind of permanent. You know what I mean? Without like having to undo it.
Yeah.
Because right now what I have in this room is, you know, those, what are they? 3x8, those fold-up tables.
Yep.
I have 3 of those in this room that I'm in right now. And because that way, you know, there's, you know, X amount of people can fit on the tables. So I have the chairs, I have all that. And that to me is wasted space. So now, like when I'm doing the kits, I get the chairs and I have to put them up against the wall so that I can walk around the tables to do all the stuff that I'm doing. And then I have other things in the way. I mean, seriously, I would just have to redo the whole thing. Because when I set this up, I wasn't doing the kits. I wasn't selling anything. I was just doing workshops. And that's all shifted.
But now you can do your workshops online, like your, you know.
Right. So that's why I've been kind of rethinking, but not really sure exactly what I would do.
To figure out your money and your enjoyment of having people there.
Yeah, because I love having the workshops here. And even
Yeah.
when we didn't do the workshops, the ladies that live close by, we'd get together at least once a month on the weekend. We'd get together and just have play day with each other.
And you
And
can still
Yeah,
do
but can't you
that.
set up a play area just
what do you
for
think I have? 5,000 square feet?
no? Talking about you could still have at least like a corner to where you could have enough room for 4 or 5 of you to sit over there and play. You don't have to be that greedy.
Well, the problem is, is this, the building itself is not that big. And then it's got one, two, three, 3.5, like 4 rooms in a small building. So that means the rooms are small.
Knock out a wall.
Oh God, my husband is going to tell me not to ever talk to you again. Remember, I'm Sledgehammer Rosie. That's what he named me. He's afraid when he walks in this place there's going to be a wall missing. If this wasn't so old and decrepit, it would be gone already. Trust me.
Yeah,
But
we did theirs. I loved it.
So can you not like make the porch the play area?
no, it's way too narrow.
Oh,
It's only about um uh, it's only maybe about 4 feet,
oh,
4 feet by 16 feet. And then it's got a doorway in the middle, so you have to walk through. Yeah, it's more just like for storage.
oh! You woke Johnny up.
Johnny there?
You woke Johnny up.
Who?
Oh,
You.
there she is.
Oh, there she is. Oops. We weren't talking about you. We were talking about a lot of people, were we? What
We're talking about Dad's
is
dog.
she doing up? It's like almost midnight her time. She must have taken a nap and woke up. So yeah, we got hair all over the place. So that's my problem. And then like in yeah, I have space, but the way I use my space has changed.
Well, you figure this is probably going to go into the middle of 2021.
I believe that. I believe.
So you need to.
Well, this is what my husband says. My husband says your space should be for you, not for other people. And if you can fit other people into it, that's fine. But you should come first.
Oh.
And especially if I'm the only one in here, it should be me, right?
Yeah. He's right.
Did he say this as you were cooking his Brussels sprouts and chicken?
Oh, gosh.
But you can still FaceTime, or what do you call it? FaceTime.
Yeah.
If I can StreamYard with my dog every day. And it's so funny because we have a big pallet in the middle of the den floor, and so I set my iPad on the console of the love seat and I point it down at her, and I'll be sitting there and I'll click over to her and she's looking straight at me through that camera.
How cute. She's got it all figured out.
Yeah, she's got it figured out that's where she is.
So smart.
But I forgot about her today. I got so caught up in my meeting because I had a meeting in the Netherlands this morning, so it was like bright and early. And I had to have a spreadsheet on both of my computer screens, so I had to kind of hide her.
Oh.
I was all into my spreadsheets, and I thought it was the puppy barking, and like, Sophie, stop. And when I clicked over on the screen, she was halfway sitting up, barking like,
Aww.
you don't take me outside now.
Yeah, we're gonna have big problems.
Mama's rug is not going to be pretty.
Kathleen says she agrees with your husband. You can do it. Have it your way with and without others.
That's right.
That's right.
And you'll still figure out if somebody wants to come to pull out a table where a few people can sit.
Yeah, I've just overspoiled them because everybody had such a big space to play in.
Well, it's time to spoil you, Rosemary.
Yeah, there you go.
Really, because you need to get you like a kit station where you can just go through and pull this from
That's
here, pull this
right.
from here, pull
Yeah.
all.
And see, there's like I have these two big gigantic church pews in here because
Yeah.
they can sit on that. I need to get them out of here. I need to get them out of here and get some shelving because they're against the wall. I need to get them out and get some shelving. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
Oh, I would love them.
Well, I could cut them up and mail them.
You could donate them to the church.
They got churches where she got them from.
Yeah, they don't want them back. Churches don't want pews, not old ones.
Oh, those are the best ones.
I know.
Your yard and just put a good coating on them.
Hey, I'm at the point I just put them out there for free, you know. I get to points where I just don't want to, because Richard was saying, oh, you could do this. No, I just want it gone. I just want it gone. And the fastest way is to give it away.
That's me. I'm so ready right now to be. I don't even care. I don't care. Throw it away. Throw it away. I don't care. Throw it away.
And, you know, especially since I didn't pay for them, the guy gave them to me. So it isn't like, oh, I have this big investment on them and I need to get my money back. It's not that way. I've used them for about 10 years. I got really good use out of them. I've painted them up. They're really cool looking. They're really funky looking. And somebody would be happy to take them away. I know they would.
Put them on Facebook Market.
Yeah.
And then you can put on there, must bring your own truck, must be able to load yourself.
Right.
Yeah. And then now the trick is to figure out how to get them out of here.
No,
That's so much junk.
get them out because
people will come and get them and take them out for you.
at our other house, we had a huge screened in, screen metal big room with a big hot tub in it. And we put it on the thing, said free, but you got to get it out of here. And we don't have a clue how they got that hot tub out of that room.
Oh, wow. I have bad experiences letting people in my house to get stuff out. I guess maybe I'm over fussy maybe about my stuff. I see when they put a scratch on the floor. I see when they put a ding on my paint, you know, and I don't like it. Because I do all that work. I do the sanding of the floor. I do all the painting, you know, and so when people come in and basically mess up your stuff, I don't like that. Because I put a lot of hard work into making it look good.
Flora did that on two of our walls.
So, you know, I'm one of those bad people to come and buy from because I look at you like a hawk. You better not touch that. You better not scratch that. You better not dent that. So I just say, you know, I know myself. So I need to have the stuff outside where they can't do anything wrong and they just come up and take it.
Yeah. I know that's like when we moved in here, like after about 6 months, we had all the floors taken out, put brand new wood floors all downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Had to take all our furniture outside.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys, and I was at work, these guys did not know that on our reclining sofas, the backs lift off.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, they didn't do that. So they broke our couch.
Oh,
and they didn't offer to.
Oh
They,
my
no, we.
goodness.
Of course, she put something in front of it before he left to make sure I didn't see it, but I busted him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did Betty let that go by? I could just see her jumping on his back all the way to this truck.
Yeah,
She
no.
was just so glad to see him leave because they had her trapped in the bedroom. Like 8 hours.
Seriously. My poor dogs were so glad to see outside.
Oh yeah, Kathleen, I don't loan anybody anything. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you or sell it to you, but I won't loan it to you.
Oh, I hate loan stuff. It just pisses me off for somebody to even ask me if they can borrow.
Nope.
And I want to give everything
Oh
away.
yeah, Betty's like, oh hey, we got a refrigerator in there if y'all need to borrow it for the weekend or whatever.
No, not me. I'll give it to you. I won't loan it to you. I do not want it back once you've had it. I guess I am pretty bad, huh?
Oh, you're.
I remember one time Betty loaned out the vacuum cleaner.
Oh my God.
I went through the roof. Just loaned it to my daughter. Okay, so the next time I went to vacuum, Betty was at work.
Uh-oh.
And I turned and I was like, well, what the heck is wrong with the vacuum cleaner? I flipped it over. I pulled out a couple of socks, pulled out some kind of plastic, I don't know, some kind of plastic case and some game pieces and
Oh my gosh.
oh my.
I cussed her. I said, I had full faith that you would care of this thing.
It never worked the same
It
again.
never worked the same.
Probably burned the belt out.
No, it did something to the roller, so the roller would pop, and you would have to turn it off, mess with the roller, and then turn it back on. And so, like every 2.5 minutes, you would have to do this, and it was like, so then it just, I got mad every time the vacuum cleaner had to be used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with money.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
sometimes people need money. I mean, seriously, they're in a spot, whatever happened, they really, really need it. But I will not loan money. I'll give it to them. I won't loan it because I don't want it to come between us as friends. So if I can't afford to give it to you, I won't even loan it to you. Because I think it just cause problems for everybody. So if I can loan it, I'll just give it to you. If I can't give it to you, I won't loan it to you. I'm starting to sound really like a bad person, huh? I'm listening to myself and going, ooh, she doesn't sound too nice.
No, but take care. Whenever you spend the money to get the nice things, and then you take care of them, and then when you loan them out and somebody doesn't respect them or whatever, that makes you be that way, even though the next person that needs to borrow it would probably take better care of it. But
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I guess for a lot of people, you get to a certain point in your life. Let's put it this way. When I was younger, I was more of a yes person. I think a lot of people are when they're younger, for whatever reason. And then as the older you get, the fewer yeses you're going to get out of me. And someday, I guess everything's going to be no. I don't know. But I try to be a nice person. I think I'm a nice person. But, I'm not a pushover either, And I'm not going to put myself into situations that more than likely are not going to have positive outcomes. Why do that to yourself?
Right.
And see me, I immediately say no.
Yeah, Susan's an immediate no.
I'm an immediate no, and Betty is a sure, yeah, you can. Like, are you kidding me? She's like, don't you ever embarrass me like that again. What?
Now, my husband is like a hypocrite in this sense. He comes off tough, like he'd be the one to say no. Like, if you had a conversation like this with him, he'd be telling you, no, I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't, blah, blah, blah. No, no, no. But if he's the first one to say yes. I'm like, no, Richard. Yeah, like, no. He comes off like the tough one, and he's the softie.
Yeah, exactly. But see, I don't know until people are in my house walking out with it, and then I'm like, "Hey, whoa, 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 whoa!"
And it's always my daughter.
And she's like, "Why do you say something in front of people?" I'm like, "Because I'm just now seeing them walk out of my house with this. Where are they going?"
See, Elaine, she's been bitten too. Yeah, that's right.
If I don't want something, I'm not going to leave it here just because I can. I'm going to give it away, and that pisses Susan off.
Well, you haven't used that in 2 months. I didn't figure.
Like for instance, we have upstairs next door that used to be my studio before I moved into here. And I still have a bunch of stuff up there that maybe I just don't use, or I thought I was going to use, and a lot of the stuff has to do when we were remodeling the house. There's old pieces of wood and different things we used because our house is over 100 years old, and I tried to replace things with old stuff. So I have a lot of that kind of rickety leftover pieces and things like that up there. And so recently, my husband is moving all of his books upstairs. He's going to fix that up there because it's just used like storage, and it's a finished attic. Air conditioning, heating, the whole bit. There's a bathroom up there. And so he's moving all his books up there. Okay, so that means all that stuff that I have up there, I need to get out of there, all right? And figure out what I'm going to do with it. So we went upstairs up there, and we're looking at the stuff. And I'm saying, well, I'm going to do this, and, I'll do that, and where this is going to go. And then he says, because I told him, I said, everybody tells you when you're trying to get organized, get 3 different piles. The stuff you're going to keep, the stuff you're going to throw away, and the stuff you're going to donate or sell. I'm not going to sell nothing. So I'm explaining this to him. So the donate stuff, I told him I was going to take like either to Savers or Goodwill or something like that. Put them in some bags and boxes and whatever I don't want. I'm just going to either take it or have them pick it up or whatever they do these days. And so then he says, oh, well, that stuff that you're going to go to Goodwill, we could have like a sale. I said, we're not having a sale. Oh, well, I could give it to, you're not going to give it to anybody because what's going to end up happening. Either they don't come, they do come. Oh, then you have to go take it to them. And one thing after another. And I said, don't micromanage me, Richard. Just let me take care of this the way I want to do it, or it's not ever going to get done. If I have to take this to that person, I have to call this person for that. It just does not happen.
Move in with me, Rose.
It's just not good.
Way. Hey, Darla. Hey, Aaron.
So I guess I'm married to Betty over here. I got a Betty over here, I think.
Yes, because we tried to clean out the garage, and she's like, I said, okay. So I backed the truck up to the garage to take it to Goodwill. She's like, no. I want to let my daughter see if she wants it. We had this whole pile in the whole corner.
You don't want it.
That's Richard. He knows who will need it, who will want it. And I'm saying, so this time, and I let him do it all the time. I mean, I pick my battles, and I don't make a fuss out of it, but I'm just in no mood right now. It's stinking hot. I need to get that stuff out. There's no place to put it over here. There's no place to store it to give to who knows who. No. And I told him, once I start, do not micromanage me. The only thing that you need to do is when I say, take this to the trash, take it to the trash. When I say, put it in the back of the truck, put the bag in the back of the truck.
Bring your stuff. let me lay my squirrel on it, and you go.
That's all you have to do. And we won't have any arguments. I'll do all the work. I point and you put the bag where I tell you to put the bag or the squirrel. So, I was kind of, I was like, this is it, buddy. There's not going to be any negotiating when it comes to this. You want your nice little library upstairs? Then I have no problem helping you organize that. Just don't sabotage me by trying to make me go in all different directions. So I think I finally got through to him. He hasn't said a word about it. He just goes, "Do you have any bags for me?" I mean, sometimes you just, like I say, I pick my battles. And this was one battle, I just kept, that's why that place is not fixed up. Because every time I'd go up there to start doing something, he had plans for something that was up there. I said, "Okay, you got plans for everything up there. And, it's 3 years later and nothing's been done. Can we get rid of it now?"
Hello, amen. Richard.
Oh.
It's kind of like on Jersey's channel when she's tearing apart a napkin or she finds something and she goes, "Oh, I really like this. Oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and tear it up." And people go, "Well, you can save your napkin backs and you can stamp on this and glue them to that, and you need to scan that, and then you have it." She's like, "People, I don't need to save the napkin bags. I don't scan. Please don't tell me what to do. Let's throw it in the garbage or what." And she's the same way. She's like, "Please don't tell me I need to save my napkin bags. Just throw them in the garbage."
Somebody's have a cool feel of what you need. Napkin back.
How many things in your craft room have you had for over 3 years? Darla wants to know.
All of it.
Is she talking to me?
Yep.
I have some paints I've had for 3 years. I have the stamps I've had for 3 years. These tables I've had for 3 years. I have some markers I've had for 3 years.
But you use that stuff.
My markers, actually, I don't. The other stuff I do. I think almost everything I have, I use, except for what?
That's like Johnny. Her room is so freaking organized. All the lace I have. This is all the paper I have. This, I'm like, get out of town.
Yeah, but she has sales every month. If you had sales every month, you'd have less stuff and you'd be organized too.
Thank you.
So,
room like we want it and everything.
I mean, Johnny buys as much as everybody else does, but then she turns around and sells it. Most people buy it and then just kind of look at it over in the corner.
Here.
Betty got a package the other day that was so full. It was one of those one of those big bubble mailers.
Yeah.
It was so full that it was open
Oh,
when I got it out of the mailbox. And
wow.
it had all the way from Canada or yeah.
Wow.
That's a friend of mine that lives in, well, not like a long time friend, but we're craft friends.
And she opened it up and there was lace, there was doilies, there was fab. I was like,
she sells things so cheap.
Oh my God.
And I'm wanting to make, what are they called? Snippet rolls.
Snippet rolls.
And she sells pieces of material. Like
oh, cool.
Kathleen says
the most beautiful materials.
Kathleen says she gets things out to see if they're any good and she keeps it all. Well, can't you put some water in that dried up paint right there? No.
I had good ideas ideas for everything.
Well, can't we poke a hole in the other end of the E6000 and put some tape?
I'm not that.
I'm sorry, but E6000 in a big tube is the stupidest thing they ever came up with in their entire life. Once you open it and shut it, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, that's more like for industrial use, I would think.
Yeah, it's not for crafting.
Okay, I've done enough black and white.
Kathleen used to put airbrush paint thinner in it all. There you go.
Yeah, that works really good on a lot of stuff. It really does. All right, let's see what we accomplished. Let me get this out of the way.
I had no desire to buy anything until I saw Colleen do that flip through that book.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's the same lady that does the doors.
Yeah.
I'm just.
It was a book of old pictures, but then on some pages it was like old letters with butterflies, and then the lady put it on her website.
The butterflies were a little too bright for me. They look new compared to the other stuff. You know what I mean? I know, I'm getting picky. But everything else looks so vintagey, and then the butterflies look like too new.
Yeah.
I'd have to like tone them down or something. I'm feeling pretty today.
So, and this lady said, "Doesn't the lady that owns Joggles come to this?"
How cute.
And then we were trying to explain to her, no, she doesn't really own Joggles. She just owns everything Joggles sells, but she doesn't own Joggles proper.
She says, well, I'm still. That's okay. Oh, poor lady.
I don't know. And you got a lot done.
Yeah.
I noticed that you were really knocking them out when you were going, Kane had nothing but Brussels sprouts and broccoli and chicken. Can't put nothing in it. Can't make sauces.
Well, I know what to think about next time when I need some production. Oh. All right, let's see what we got here, guys and gals.
Oh, yeah. Kathleen said fabulous papers.
Thank you. I hear that little squirrel killer out there barking.
Good thing squirrels don't roam at night.
Yeah, but bunnies do.
Have you found your bunny?
Well, I've got Mr. Bunny still out there, and the other day I was putting water in the little bird bath that's close to where Mr. Bunny always hangs out, and this little baby, boing, boing, scared him half to death. I didn't see him. Some little baby popped out. I think it was the same one I saw like about a week ago, jumping around in the grass, all happy. It looked like it was the first time he had been in grass before, because he was kind of freaking out. He was kind of spazzing out all over.
I'm surprised you're only seeing one baby if there's a male and a female. You should be having like.
I know. It's funny. I only see one adult, and that adult is a very small rabbit. I mean, his head's probably that big, the adult. And it's the same, it's the same guy or girl, whatever it is. It's been there for, a couple of months already. So it's full grown. It's not going to grow anymore. And now I just saw that one small little rabbit. It's very strange. Now, I see rabbits, other rabbits out in the main yard and on the other side of the house, but I've never seen any other rabbits here in this part of the yard. And he's there every day. I wake up in the morning, open up the curtain, and there he is, giving himself a little bath, licking himself, scratching himself. He got this little dip now there in the ground. And now he just lays out like a dog. He has all fours out, stretched out. He looks so funny. Oh, he's a funny little rabbit.
Well, I thought I heard you thought he had gone away.
Well, I hadn't seen him for a couple of days, and I got really worried. But then he was back. So it was during the days where we had close to 100 degrees. And I think he was under the house staying cool because it was really hot. And as soon as the temperature dropped like about 5 degrees or so, he came back out. So
He was probably at Lama's classes,
yeah.
taking care of his wife.
Well, I got a lot done.
Yeah,
You did. Keep on talking about what you
Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts.
That's right, Bunny Lama's.
Okay, so I got plenty to start making those journals whenever I need a break from the other stuff I'm doing.
Yeah, but what about your black and white cutouts and stuff that you put in them?
I've got a pile of stuff that I can pull from. I have a pretty big, I got like 2 or 3 manila folders that when I come across something, I just throw it in there.
I couldn't believe that you were doing a doors kit.
How come?
Because I knew that you were saving to make your own doors kit. And now I have all these fabulous doors in here in a package to send to you.
And I guess they're not going to get sent, are they?
They're going to get sent. I need to get Johnny to show me how to use
No,
pirate.
the journal that I want to make, the other type of journal that I want to make, it's really openings of all kinds, or things you go walk through or see through. So that's like a whole other one. This one's going to be, as far as the kid's concerned, it's primarily doors. It's just plain old doors, and nothing but doors. Of course, what everyone does with it, that's up to them. But as far as the stuff that I'm collecting to send. So let me show you the one, see if you recognize part of, it's a small piece of that big paper, but this came off of that.
Oh my God, I love.
Do you remember seeing that part in the paper, in the tissue paper?
I don't remember it, but I love this.
Anyway, so this was the other one I was filming. So in the course, I'll be showing how to make this in the workshop.
I love your mind. True artist at heart.
So we'll do that. So we're going to be doing this one. We're going to tomorrow, well, I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow, but I'll do the filming of finishing this all off to do that one. And then there'll be one more project. We'll have 3 different projects. Oh dear, ouch. Owie, owie, my knee. I'm trying to get up and move this stuff. And I have that book with the doors. I wonder where it is. I knew I put it away so I could find it.
If you had your room organized for you.
I know. And it's like, I got all my other books up here that I like. They're organized up here. I wonder what I did with that one. It's a mystery. It's one of those mysteries. What did I do with the books that I like? Oh, and here's that paper. Here's the paper,
Oh yeah.
and it came off of this section right here where the postcard was right here.
Oh
And then
yeah.
here was the postage, and that's where I ripped that out of.
No, the paper I bought that I want to decoupage that piece in the bedroom with.
I know what she's saying. That's where that piece came from.
Oh, in the bedroom.
Well, we want to move it to the. We have a long entry hall and there stairs.
Mm-hmm. Ouch. What time is it? Oh, it's after 11 already.
Central time.
Yeah, well, my time. Your time.
You're the only other person in my time zone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Everybody else is on the East Coast.
Hmm.
East or west.
Yeah, true.
I don't really follow too many people on the West Coast.
They're not real followable. They're
I
not
follow
followable.
Callie B.
I can't remember anybody. It doesn't matter to me. I can never remember what anybody
Like
was.
who is on the East Coast? I'm trying to think who.
On the West Coast is
I mean the West Coast. Who's,
Callie B. Let's Make a Mess with Dawn.
Yeah.
oh yeah, Dawn's over there.
And
My lace girls
Roxy Carr.
and Roxy's on the California.
That's all I know.
I was talking about the one-
Jessica Rapp,
Yeah, Jessica.
but everybody else is on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elaine's in our time zone.
Oh, that's right. But she doesn't do videos.
Oh, you're talking about video people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess so. Well, Shannon is.
Where's she?
Video people. She's in Arkansas.
She had one out today. You just told me.
I watched it the minute it came out. I already got it.
Hey, Coco. Lily B's in Oklahoma. Patricia's in Iowa. Rosie, who is Rosie who? Rosie Alcoa or
I've been watching them all
Rosie's
that.
Crafty Shack?
What's her name?
I don't know who that is either.
She's in the UK. A lot of
People think I know everybody. I don't know that many people. I don't watch that many people.
Yeah, I don't know hardly anybody. Oh, Daisy Tsunami Rose.
Yeah, she's California.
Oh
in,
yeah, she's in Vegas, isn't she?
yeah,
Vegas,
she's in
yeah.
Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
She's a mess. Oh, she makes like 50 of everything she does.
Yeah, she's kind of like Jessica Rapp, where she
Yeah.
makes 20 journals at one time.
I don't know how they do that. I admire that. I wish I could just whip them out. I can't do that.
Coco said, "What is the craft du jour?"
What does that mean? I mean, I know what it means, but what does she mean? We were jelly printing, if that's what you're asking. We jelly printed for 2 hours.
Yes, black and white jelly print.
2 hours worth, 2 hours of frustration out the window. Yay!
But it's all done.
It's all done. So now I've got to work on my covers and get some of my mixed media paper out and whatever little bit. I don't have that much. I've been digging around for any kind of scrapbook paper I have. It has, it's basically black and white. I don't have hardly any left. But whatever few pieces I have, they'll go in there.
And don't forget, I told you to get that mixed media paper from Amazon.
The mixed media?
Yeah, remember?
You mean the print paper?
The paper that you said you used in your books that you got from Michael's when they had a sale?
Yeah. That stuff is too stiff to put in these books. I only do the printing with those, the eco printing. But yeah, I forgot about that. I do need to order that. Glad you reminded me.
So how many things have you used your big shot for?
Probably 3 things.
Okay.
Good girl.
Yeah, I did the thing I made for what's your face. I haven't sent it yet. I'm still doing a couple other things. I used the big shot on that to do that.
Well, you need to run you some soda cans through there.
And I did that with the big shot and the back. And then a couple other things that I made that I've already sent out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I've used it. I've used it.
What is that?
What?
Your book.
What's in your hand?
That's the stuff that Diane sent me. Remember we switched stuff? Were you watching when we did that? Anyway,
I saw the first one only, and I haven't been around for the other.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the stuff she sent me. She sent me some this was, this like from those sample things. It was, naga hide, or supposed to look like naga hide, or whatever it's supposed to look like. So I ran that through. It was black, and I ran that through it, and then I put a little bit of the
Oh my God.
I don't know if it was gold, or I don't remember what I put on it. I forget. I put like 2 or 3 different colors of different waxes on there. And then she had sent this piece also, and she had included this penny. So I kind of folded that up and put the penny in there. She sent me this piece of bark. So I put that in there. And she sent me some fabric, what's it called? That stuff I'm sending you guys, that I sent you guys out, that we're going to do similar stuff to. Anyway,
Craft text.
there you go.
Okay.
And so I ran that through there, and then I put another piece of the what you call on that, and then inside.
Kathleen said for you to put plant material between paper and run it through there.
I've done that before. Well, on my other one I did. I haven't done it in my new one.
There's your happy.
That's a messy job. That's a messy job. And so then I used some of that fabric that I went and put my paste stuff I was testing. And then I used some more of that and used she sent me some of the can.
Yeah.
So I put some of the scraps of the paper that I had left over and put that in there. And then I just used a lot of the papers that she included, and then a few that I had, put in a couple of my pieces. Because she likes to journal, so she'll have plenty of room to journal. And then she had sent this flower that got messed up with all the ink that fell out. So I took out some of the flowers and turned it into wings for this creature. That creature that I made out of some clay. So so that's the wings to that.
I love it.
She's weird like me, so I know she appreciated it. And then just a little piece of the bark. And then some more of my papers and her papers. And I threw all the ones that had like the ink on there to make it look, grungy. And then was some more of the petals from those flowers that she made, and I just went and hooked it onto another piece of the metal that she sent me. And then I had this face. I painted that up and used the other petals from that flower that really got all the ink. That was full of the ink.
You're so creative.
It was fun. She sent me fun stuff, so it was easy. And then she had sent me one of these, so I just took the scraps that I had left over and made some little tags, put those there, and she sent me this. So I thought, well, I put those back here on the back, and that's the journal.
Wow.
And that's my feather. Well, not off of my body, but you know what I mean.
Very cool. Very cool.
It's one of your tail feathers that fell out
Yeah.
when you were cooking Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, and I'm wagging my tail at my husband. Don't give me no lip. You're getting what I give you.
Don't micromanage me. Pick up my feather, please. Can you pick up my feathers?
Oh, and this was left over from the piece that she sent me. So I'm gonna run that through if I can. I don't know if that'll go through. I'm not sure if it'll work. But I was thinking of running that through and giving the same textures that has, and then getting a piece of some leather that I have and have that be the closure.
Cool.
And tie it with the leather right there. I mean, yeah, the leather. Real leather.
Oh yeah.
That would look good.
That would look kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. What else? I don't think I have anything else to show you guys. I've been concentrating on what? Getting those kits, getting that up and out of here once I got my printer. And then I've already got I've been doing the filming for the workshop and putting together little prototypes for those for the next month. Where did I put those? I think they're over here. Where did I put them? I know I put them away so I wouldn't lose them. That's my main problem when I put things away. It's like, okay, Rosemary, where did you say you put that? Uh-oh. Seriously, I don't even know where I put them. And I put them away so I wouldn't lose them. So that's a problem. And see, if I had my space the way I want it, I would just scoot it in somewhere and it would be there.
Yeah, you need to
Have
do
everything
that.
in its own little place. Really, I can't find it now. What did I do with it? Now I've got myself worried. Rosemary, what'd you do?
Kathleen said, "I'm a cool mom is near me. She's making a door journal."
Oh my goodness. I need to stop saying what I'm doing. I think people
Thank you.
I tell you what, I never saw so much funky fish take over the YouTube world. Everybody was making funky fish something.
more power to them. But you know what? I'm worried. I gotta find what I lost. I've got like how many journals did I make and I can't even find them. That's pretty pathetic, you guys. You know I'm in trouble. Talk about fish. Okay, now if you were me, where would you put them?
It looks like a whale tail. I mean, like a mermaid tail.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about a pin she's using.
Boing. Boing.
You're the best, Rosemary.
I noticed a bunch of people came out with some new kits for Renaissance. Did you see that? A bunch of new digis came out. Just yay.
Copycat.
I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. There's one I really like. I'm gonna give you guys the link to it because I think it would really look good on our kit. If you're a digi person at all, I think it would look really cool. But right now I'm trying to figure out what I did with those journals. I'm really freaking myself out right now.
It's under the pile.
I'm not kidding you. Well, there's so many piles. Who knows?
Exactly.
Oh, here's one. Well, I'll show you the one I got so There's one.
What journals are these people?
This is the new August.
This will be August. Now, it may not look anything like this by the time August comes, but this is what I
Oh my God, I love
made
it.
right now. And this one I'm starting. This one, this is a transfer. We've done that together. When we did the Frida kits, we did the image transfer, and that's what this is. But I did it on plaster. And this one is just cardboard, and this was, you know, just to print out. And inside, whoops, inside.
Amazing.
So the plan right now, and doesn't mean that's what it's going to be by the time it comes, but the fact that, okay, this is how this all came about. You guys already know I have a fascination with doors. That's no surprise. And then I've had, for over a year, I've had various people very patiently wanting me to do my online workshop for my plaster journals. And I keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And I said, fine, just do it, Rosemary, just do it. And so I thought, well, when I think, this is how my mind works, when I think of doors, I kind of sort of think of plaster. And when I think of plaster, I think of doors. And I think more of stucco. And because when I think of pretty doors, I think of old Europe. And when I think of old Europe, I think of all those beautiful stucco buildings like in Greece or like Italy. And so in my mind, the doors and the plaster and the stucco kind of go hand in hand in my mind's eye. So when I decided I was going to do the, for sure, do the plaster workshop, I thought, well, what could go with that, that I could offer as the kit for those that don't want to do the workshop and just want to do just a normal kit that month. What would kind of go hand in hand with it? So I came up with the doors, because obviously plaster and doors in my mind, obviously. And so that's why I'm doing that. So what's going to happen is I'm going to release the plaster workshop in August, and then I'm also going to be releasing the regular monthly kit that I do. And what I'm going to do with the monthly kit is it's going to be surrounded around doors. I don't know if this is going to be how it's going to end up looking like or what, but it will have all the door stuff. And then what I've been doing also, now I know what I've been so busy. What I've been doing, I've been plastering till, you know, all I see is plaster, a lot of my fabrics, so that when I put the kit together, I will be including some of my plaster fabrics in there so that you can incorporate the plaster with the door. I'm not going to show you how to do anything plaster-y. I'm just going to be sending you the fabric. If you want to learn how to work with the plaster, make your own stuff with the plaster, that's what the workshop is for. But so that you're not left out if you don't want to take the workshop or you can't afford a workshop, so you're not left out in the toolies, I'm sending in the kit a couple of pieces of plastered fabric. So that's what's going on in August.
Wow.
Cool, Rosemary.
That is crazy.
So if you're wondering what's Rosemary doing with all her time, that's what I'm doing, people. Oh. And I already have an idea for August. Well, I have an ideas for the rest of the year, actually. So by the time I send all the kits out, I'm already kind of like, let's go on. Let's do the next one now, because I'm already done. I've already made them all, you know.
So you meant you already have an idea for September.
Yeah. I mean, I have ideas through the year. I'm not sure which one I'll do in September, but I've got at least 4, 5, 6 ideas already. And the what's going to be the factor is if I can find some key things that I need online, because I'm at the point with kind of unique things. I'm running out of stuff because I've got plenty of paper and plenty of fabric, that kind of stuff. I got plenty of stuff of. I'm not running out of that, but the stuff that makes the kit kind of unique, I'm running out of those things. So so I have my list of ideas and kind of themes, and so I'm hunting all over the place online for things that I can incorporate with that theme, and whatever I find the most of first, that will be the next one in line. The next one, in line for the next month. So that's my story.
What the theme for 2021 is going to be, since 20 caboodle kits.
It's what?
2020 was caboodle kits.
Yeah.
Is it going to stay caboodle or is it going to be something new?
Oh, who knows? We might come up with something new. Or maybe not. And maybe not.
There's Leslie. She said, Rosemary and Susan, I was on my way to bed, but you ruined that.
Now, Leslie, you're on which side? Which side of Canada are you? I think
be on the East Coast.
I think he's on the East. Yeah. I get confused so easily.
Coco said you curate some fascinating kits.
Oh, thank you. I've got this one idea. And it's going to be a little different because we've been doing mostly, because let's face it, everybody, that buys these kits, they're into junk journals. But I'm going to
better be careful. Somebody's going to take it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what it is, but it's going to be different. Oh, Toronto. There she goes. It's going to be a little bit different. But I think you guys are ready for different, aren't you? I think everybody in the crafty world, they like different. I would hope so. I would think so.
Well, sure.
Yeah. Because everybody can do the same old thing all the time.
I want to do some more.
You don't need anybody to inspire you to do the same old thing.
No, that's scrapbooking.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Be careful. You get yourself in trouble.
You'll get in trouble.
I know.
Get in trouble. And then I got all the stuff I want to do with metal and my tin types that I finally figured out how to do.
Metals, I'd love to watch.
And that's a whole other thing. I haven't made any more past these because once I figured out how I wanted to do them, then I moved on to something else. It's almost like I have a challenge, and once I get it, then I just kind of move on. But I really definitely want to do something with these, and I want to incorporate them. Of course, I like making journals. Incorporate these into journals, and then I want to incorporate them into jewelry. And I think that would be fun to play with. And I'm still working with my rust. Oh, and for these, I was playing around. Hold on. Because you have to have, that weathered wood look when you I think so when you're doing the doors. So I was working with this. And I know people are always talking about the crackle paste, and it works and it doesn't work. And I don't have any crackle paste, but I remember years ago people used to just use glue instead of buying crackle paste. So that's all this is.
Yep.
So I don't know what the big deal is, having to buy all this crackle paste and paying all the money for that when all you got to do is use glue. So I think I'm gonna make a couple of these in different colors and stuff, and maybe have a couple, maybe one or two printouts of some of the crackles, so you can make your collage or something with the doors.
Very cool.
For those that don't have the time, or sometimes things just don't work for some people. It could be the temperature, it could be the paper, it could be your mojo.
Dad, that's gonna be me.
And I have the wood mold with the what's the paste? Cream paste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Leslie wants to de-stash.
Gotta live in Toronto.
Yep. Who lives on that side? Do we know people on that side?
Erin lives up there.
Well, but she's not up there.
Well, she's right there. Canada's in her backyard.
That's true. Yeah.
Sure.
Don't tell Erin more than one time. She'll be up there. She'll be doing a live sale at Leslie's.
Shipping it from New York. Leslie will have her out in her she shed.
Who was that? I already forgot.
Brenda Price.
Oh, yeah. She never did another one, did she?
I don't know.
I think she did. A lot of people just do not understand what's involved in doing a live sale. Because most people that do it are experienced and they make it look easy. It ain't.
You did good.
I think it's your moderator that makes it look
You're probably right.
All I know is sweet Darla almost turned into Satan.
When?
At your first live sale.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You would put out 6 different piles and go, okay. Oh, okay. And Darla's like, you're going to put A, B, C. Well, how do you know which one? Oh, all right. Y'all just email me. Rosemary, you going to look up? Are you going to look up? Because Carla's trying to figure out which one you're.
Oh, gosh.
So funny. We have more fun.
I know. I was really a comic relief for you guys. I know that.
I would just never get the stuff mailed out. And Becky already bought the custom digital scale and all of that stuff. I just need a little pirate ship tutorial and we can do it.
Oh, I can show you how to do that.
For them.
Johnny showed me how to do it, and it's really simple. I mean, you don't really need a tutorial because it's so simple.
Started telling me about cubits and measurements and dimensions and this and.
Oh, wow.
No, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, you have your box and you have a ruler, and all it asks you is the width, the length, and the height. I mean, it has to know that, and the weight. And I mean, once you've done it once, it's really simple.
Okay.
You just got to get past the fear factor. You can play with it because until you click buy, it doesn't cost you anything. You can play with all different shapes and sizes and weights and stuff, and until you get a feel for it. And even if you accidentally click buy, you can get a refund if you don't use it. You can get a refund.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, even if you make a mistake, it's not going to cost you anything in the long run. But yeah.
All right, then.
All right.
And then some people were asking, is it this? Is it that? Is it the same way? You're buying postage from the post office. It
Yep.
is the post office. It's just like with anything else, you can buy things wholesale, you can buy things retail. And this particular thing just, happens to be wholesale. You're getting a little discount out of it.
Well, dang, if Rosemary can do it, I know we can.
That's right.
I know I bought the last thing I bought at a live sale. The price I paid for the one item I bought, and then the convenience and service fee and the shipping, I paid double.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, well,
That
that wasn't a deal.
For some reason my thing looks blurry. Does it look blurry to you guys? It's blurry to me.
Yeah, a little bit. It started blurring right there where that Lotus stamp is on YouTube, but not on StreamYard.
Is that any better? I try to straighten it out, but who knows?
Yeah, it must just be focusing on that blue paper.
Something, huh?
Yes, a convenience and service fee.
Blue or purple? I see purple.
Oh, is it blue or purple?
What? This? It's supposed to be blue, but you know how the monitor, it changes it. It's a purple, like eggplant purple.
Yeah, it looks purple on StreamYard and blue on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot you had two different things over there.
The what?
Uh-oh. Quit getting bit by mosquitoes.
Uh-oh. And I have a bunch of books. I know people are tired to death of books, but that's another thing I need to organize. I got some books. Because I bought books before I did any of this kind of stuff. So I have from way back when.
Good night, Elaine.
Good night. And she's in our time zone.
She's a puppy.
She's a lightweight.
She's probably kind of normal. She gets up in the morning.
Susan does it and still gets up early.
I get up in the morning too. That's my shift.
Oh, okay. It's my shift too. What am I talking about?
I am not a morning person.
I know Betty got up today and she said something about good morning, and I was like, good morning? I'm in here fixing supper.
I didn't go to bed till 10:30.
In the morning?
Yeah, I'm getting about 6 hours sleep.
Oh, that's not good. That's not healthy.
Kathleen says she's so tired and it's not even 10 yet, so she's a West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
What's 10 till 10?
Yep. 10 till.
10 till midnight here.
Yep. Almost midnight here.
I guess Johnny only woke up for a second.
She just woke up to jibber jabber and then she went back.
Rolled over.
Yeah.
She must have rolled over onto her iPad.
She gave us a butt hello. She wasn't even really watching. She can't watch from that end. She can't watch from that end.
She did a butt chat.
Oh,
her energy.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, ladies, I've got a long day tomorrow. I've had a long day today, but it was very productive. I don't mind being tired when I've been productive. And then I got a lot to do in the morning and tomorrow. And then I'm going to see all you ladies tomorrow night.
At 7 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. And 7 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll start on the basics of the
Renaissance.
folio. Yeah, the Renaissance
There
folio.
goes what's mixed media life. What's her name? Leslie.
And
Not
what do I have? I'm trying. I got kind of crazy when I was making those things, right?
I'm not gonna say nothing nasty about you, Leslie. We're gonna wait till you leave, for sure.
I made another one.
Oh no.
It's not done yet. I wanted to have it kind of midstream. I think that's what I did, or did I end up finishing it? I don't remember. Because I wanted to have one kind of halfway. Oh, yeah, it's kind of halfway. So that when I show you how to do one thing and something's drying, I can go to the next thing. But this one has a lot of more botanical type stuff. Woohoo! Yummy things. And then I don't even remember what I did on any of them. I just went from, oh yeah, this one has some birds, some crazy looking. I just imagine way back then they had some like wild looking stuff. And then it just has some stuff that you can use to glue inside of your
Ooh, I love that bird.
little book. And then of course it has the little book that the other 3 books, whatever it is, that it normally has.
We had one of those birds in our backyard, and it was about 3 feet tall.
What was it doing in your backyard?
Oh, I had to chase it out with the water hose.
Was it somebody's pet or what?
I don't know what it was. It was like 3 foot tall, and it had that scared hair, and
Was it white or gray?
it was white and gray.
It came from Galveston or something.
Yeah, it came from the ocean. It
Oh.
was the weirdest thing I ever saw in my life.
Well, at least it wasn't a frog that landed on your head like it happened to me.
I can't even imagine.
I think that storm kind of blew that frog into our neighborhood, and he somehow just pounced on my head.
That looks like a comfortable.
Well, I guess it's no worse than the bird that was in your studio pooping berries everywhere.
Only Rosemary, right?
Lily B wants to know, should she know how to use her sewing machine by tomorrow?
No, you do not have to use your sewing machine if you don't want to.
Well, we were live, Pam, but now she's signing off after 2 hours and 52 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Where have you been?
Yeah.
She's been making journals.
Oh, yeah, she's been making journals. I forgot.
I love that picture.
Isn't that cool? I'm trying to remember where I got it. I printed it. Oh, I have this book. I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. I got this book, and it's got some cool pictures. I think it's from the Dover, so it's copyright free.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got a whole bunch of, it basically has nothing but old pictures like this.
Yay.
Cool.
Yep.
We'll have the link ready, too.
Oh, I don't even know. Well, it might still might be in publish. I don't know. Yeah, I got it at an old bookstore a long time ago. It's one of these things I forgot I had because I wasn't into this stuff when I bought it. This was upstairs next door, this book. And I go, holy moly, I didn't know I had this book. Because I didn't buy it with the same kind of intention that I would today.
Wow.
Um,
So see, you could scan it and print it and make a old ugly spinster kit.
yeah. We're gonna do it tomorrow. We're gonna start the kit tomorrow at 7 Central. Be here or be square. And we'll work on that together. Okay. I made it before midnight. I'm happy. All right. Thank you, Susan, so much
All right.
for keeping me company and letting me know what's going on. And Betty, thank you for letting her.
Fun.
And take care of those little fur babies.
Yeah. Luckily, she hadn't had to go out, so
I was
yeah,
wondering, it seemed kind of quiet as far as the
yeah.
dogs were concerned. Oh, that's good.
She took a nap, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Yeah.
take her out now and feed her and give her her medicine, and she'll be good to go.
Yeah. I got to go help my husband get that big old monster out before we go to bed, too.
I hear you. I hear you.
Oh,
Before you.
I feel you.
I know you do. All right, ladies. See you all tomorrow night. And thank you again for coming over and giving us some support and some fun.
All
Good
right,
night.
ladies.
Good night.
Good night.